Hi friends, it's Joan at 10 Pentacles Tarot, and today we're going to do a reading on mermaids. So we've already done Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and aliens at the mall in Florida. And so I was flipping through YouTube a few weeks ago, and I saw a video about mermaids being held responsible for, or not being held responsible because no one catches them, but being responsible for the disappearance of people in Zimbabwe. And they were talking about, it was a young lady's channel. I can't think of the name of it right now. If I find it, I'll put it in the description box below. But anyway, she was saying that, the people there take it very seriously. Their government officials take it seriously. The people are taken. Sometimes they're returned. Sometimes they're not returned. And I really think people have been fascinated with mermaids, of course, for hundreds of years. Now, I'm not a gullible person. I am fascinated by these stories, and I can't tell you that I for sure believe in mermaids. I want to believe in them, but I thought we would see what the tarot and oracle cards have to tell us about mermaids, and you can make your own decision after this. So of course we're going to be using the fortune telling cards. This is a deck by Gift Republic Limited, and there's a review of it on my Oracle Deck Reviews playlist, Volume 1. And it's a really interesting deck. It's a sassy deck, though, I'll tell you that. And we're going to be using the Mermaid Tarot by Lisa Robertson, illustrated by Julie Dillon. And there is a review of this on my Tarot Deck Reviews Volume 1 playlist. So if you're interested in either of those decks, be sure to check out the videos. All right, so I've got a series of questions here that I used for my Bigfoot reading and for my Loch Ness Monster reading. So I think we'll pretty much stick with the same format and just see what the cards have to say about it. There's so many people that said they have proof of mermaids and they have mermaid skeletons and all of this, but somehow they always seem to be disproved. There's one man who's a fisherman who had some really fascinating experiences with what he thinks are mermaids, and he even found some physical evidence that he took to some scientists who could not identify. It was either a bone or a piece of cartilage, which looked like it was from a fishtail, but the scientists could not identify what creature it was from. So anyway, I thought, and if I find that channel again, I look at things and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to remember that. And I can't find them again. So if I find that again, I'll put it in the description box below. All right, so my first question is a yes/no question. So Spirit, please give us some answers about mermaids. We're curious and we'd like to know. We're certainly not doing this in a mocking fashion. I really am curious and I would love to know. So, is the mermaid a flesh and blood creature that lives on the earth at this time? And it says not ever. Okay. So the second question was going to be, has it ever? And then, of course, it said not ever. And then, is it an interdimensional being? Okay, you shall not. That does not make sense. Let's ask it. Is it an interdimensional being? And then it says yes. So I'm not sure what you shall not is. Maybe it was talking about when I said I wasn't going to ask that question about has it ever lived on the earth? And so when you say it's an interdimensional being, does it live in the liminal world? Sure. And then when I say the liminal world is also called the underworld. It's the place where the fairies and the goblins and all of those people inhabit. All right, so it's kind of I guess it could be considered interdimensional. All right. Will we ever have proof of the existence of mermaids? It says perhaps not today. Perhaps not. And I'm going to ask a couple more questions. And I'm going to use the Mermaid Tarot deck. And my next question is, what can we learn? What can we learn from mermaids, or from the idea of mermaids? What can we learn? About death. Okay, so the death card is about transformation. In this card, it's showing, it looks like it's showing industry and pollution and everything, killing the fish and the manatees. This is such a sad card. Usually the death card's about transformation, and the mermaids are saving the ocean. So maybe what we need to learn from the mermaids is that they are working to save our ocean life, and they're working to combat the destruction that man is causing. Because there's oil slicks, there's pollution. It's really, really a sad card. But the mermaids are saving them. So maybe the mermaids are working to save the ocean life. And maybe we should learn from that we need to save our ocean life, because we are the ones that are hurting it, that are causing the destruction. Do you know, and I was reading about the liminal world. Some people call it the world of fairy. But it's a world that's super close to ours. And the creatures from that world can come in and out of our world. And so if mermaids really are from that place, then they really can come into our oceans. And I don't think it's impossible that people see them. After all, people say they've seen fairies. And you know, you may laugh at that or may think that's crazy, but I have read some accounts of some people that I consider to be perfectly sane who have said that they have seen fairies. And who am I to say they haven't? All right. What should we keep in mind when we think about mermaids? The Page of Wands. Okay, so we should keep, I think it means we should keep a youthful attitude of it. We should keep an attitude of expectation, an attitude of inspiration, to be inspired by their beauty, to maybe we should be inspired to learn more about them. But I think really what we should keep in mind, I'm noticing this magical shining ball, and I think when we think about mermaids, what we need to keep in mind is that magic's a really important element of our life. I mean, I don't mean necessarily doing magical spells or anything like that. What I mean is we all need magic in our life. We need imagination. We need things that are fascinating, even if we can't prove them. And I think when we think about mermaids, we should think about the magical. The things that are magical that we may or may not have proof of. And you know, everybody needs magic in their life. I was thinking about that. I was talking to my kids in school the other day, and I said, why do you think people have believed in fairies for hundreds and hundreds of years? And I could have asked the same thing about mermaids. And you know, the kids said, because we need something exciting to believe in. We need something magical to believe in. And you know what? I totally think they were correct. I think they were right about that. I think they get it. Okay, so friends, that was my reading on mermaids. If you enjoyed it, please give the video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel. If you haven't done so already, it's completely free for you. It would help me out a whole lot. And there's a new thing you can do if you're interested. You can join and become a channel member for $3.99 a month. And for that amount, you get special members only videos. There's a series on fairies on there. And we have Oracle and Tarot deck giveaways and reading giveaways as well. So if that's something you're interested, there's a link in the description box that you can click on too. I want to thank you for being with me today. I appreciate you so much more than you'll ever know. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is where you are. And I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.